All proper, welcome back to the Currying Rough Market channel, to the ZX own family participants. You understand I admire the non-stop assist from the start. Obviously, all of the people which can be coming new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you men hold assisting, and you may see the continuation of these updates that I carry you men. I express regret. I was unable to deliver you men and replace closing night time, but sometimes matters come up, however. Without further ado, allow us to talk approximately what's happening with XRP, because XRP's price is lower, back above 60 cents. However, there may be lots of other matters that we want to keep in thoughts proper now. But searching throughout the board, we did see a little bit of a wholesome correction the day past, but going into glaringly Saturday morning, we are beginning to see the cash going again into the green, and there is a few catalysts to this particular issue. Looking at XRP, it's up 3.2% these days, with the fee presently sitting above 60 cents, additionally up 3.2% in Bitcoin comparative. Market cap is at 33.9 billion, and the 24-hour trading quantity is at approximately $1.1 billion. So it really is obviously in reality first class to see, however, allows shift our consciousness and certainly begin to apprehend what we're searching at and what can be happening next. But earlier than we try this, as usually, just a brief disclaimer, whatever on this channel isn't always financial recommendation. Always do your very own due diligence and studies when you are investing in crypto. So you can see this for yourself. BNY Mellon, America's largest custodian bank, may additionally have already obtained SEC's approval to custody Bitcoin and crypto digital property. And as we understand, we have been discussing this on a normal basis, the landscape for cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is converting at a file excessive price. A few years returned, humans would dream of instances like this, especially the OGs. Shout out to the OGs for tuning in. I'm positive you guys can type of relate to this. Back inside the day, thinking of this mainly even taking place turned into a long stretch. And if we would make speculations approximately those varieties of matters, people might just giggle that crypto is in no way going to get there. But crypto in that time frame became nonetheless a completely early thing. But now, as increasingly more buyers start to hedge their portfolios with Bitcoin publicity, people are beginning to just accept Bitcoin. As an actual Forex, you're starting to see a lot of those huge banks that after talk terrible approximately Bitcoin and crypto property are simply beginning to implement that. And that's wherein I see the whole landscape is changing and crypto isn't taken into consideration, that wild, wild west as it was once. ND, I totally believe that precise aspect. But speaking about BNY Mellon, I honestly want to proportion something very exciting. Shattered to smoke for sharing this. You should see BNY Mellon categorized Ripple and Stellar as unique blockchain infrastructure protocols. And that is their listing. Manifestly, you recognize it has a whole lot of exclusive, you recognize blockchain initiatives. And you can see infrastructure and base protocols. You can see Ripple and Stellar are known as special and in public of Path, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BitShares. But yeah, you already know glaringly this listing, even though one thing you recognize, I want you men to recognize, is it is an old list. You already know it is a totally antique listing. And on the grounds that then, when you consider that this list turned into at the start made, when you consider that then loads of things in crypto have modified. A lot of those initiatives in right here have additionally failed. Some are nonetheless right here to serve the crypto industry. And those which can be nonetheless here are those that human beings are paying attention to. Because of root, even this cycle, I've continuously said it, there is so many unique initiatives which might be definitely killing it, right? There's such a lot of initiatives in case you examine it at the yearly time frame. There's so a lot of these initiatives which might be giving some huge quantities of gains, but how a lot of those are certainly right here to live within the long time. If you're looking at inside the next 5, 10 years, what form of price may one of these projects carry? Do I trust a majority of these tasks which have given human beings large amounts of gains over the last 1 year are going to be right here to live? No, genuinely now not. Not they all. Some of them won't even continue to exist the next undergo cycle. So obviously time is simplest going to inform. And one factor, in case you are conserving a number of these coins, which have long gone pretty a bit up over the path of the ultimate 365 days, lock the one's earnings in. Don't permit everybody else tell you otherwise. Don't allow every person on YouTube or on Twitter let you know, no, you are going to be crazy for locking in profits. Absolutely not. Always lock the one's profits in whilst you're seeing them. Do now not permit anyone tell you in any other case. But you've got to have a look at it from that perspective. And you already know XRP is one of the initiatives that has long passed via primary U.S. and downs. Do you simply suppose an employer by no means is foremost US and downs? Every organization can have that initial phase where there's loads of speculators. It may have some huge hurdles coming in its way. There's now not an enterprise in this international. It truly is just going to move straight in a single line and no longer have some huge hurdles coming in its way. But regardless of some major things which have been thrown closer to Ripple, you're nonetheless seeing it here to this day. And in phrases of traits, in terms of going to the hundreds, in terms of bringing mass adoption to the crypto space, you are seeing it doing it like never before. And of root proper now, the lawsuit remains going on. The days are coming to a stop. We're getting very, very close to that October 7th spot. Obviously, some humans assume we are now not going to see an appeal, but like I stated, I'm nonetheless very cautious. I want to understand till absolutely the stop if that is going to show up or now not. But in any case, in case you're looking at smoke, some very, very exciting things that smoke has shared, and I'm going to cross over that with you guys. So you could see this for yourself. Oopsies, permits kind of here we pass, here we cross. So the big upward thrust of XRP in 2017 attracted the eye of many monetary establishments. The upward push was so good size that it made Ripple well worth extra than every bank within the international assumed 20. Documented the institutional hobby within the XRP token has only grown considering the fact that then that is why there is a whole lot of hobby from banks in XRP. See for yourself, you can study those articles and you may sort of pass over. As to how a good deal interest there definitely is coming in XRP and the native token itself. And you are talking approximately tokenization now as you're seeing the biggest asset magnificence, Bitcoin in the crypto markets being adopted through the masses, and your asset managers like BlackRock are interested in doing greater with the generation itself. Which is blockchain, and you are tokenizing the monetary products is just going to trade the sport. And I assume tokenization within the next 365 days to perhaps within the subsequent 5 years goes to be a huge aspect. It's inside the early tiers right now, however, I suppose so that it will be something so one can change the way finance is unpopular. But very exciting things, and you could honestly see how matters have absolutely shifted. And glaringly, in which does XRP come into play? Where does the Ripple infrastructure comes into play? Banks, as we know, use the SWIFT platform presently. And that component is outdated to some other degree. This is where the Ripple generation comes into play and adjustments to sport. Yes, you're no longer seeing a large, speedy momentum coming from those large banks here in North America to come in and undertake the Ripple community, but that's what a number of humans are inquisitive about. And I suppose as soon as this whole regulatory factor is clear and a path, the lawsuit is over and manifestly is over, and manifestly as of now, it is not over. We nevertheless have some time, and if this is over, I assume it's going to attract the big players. You can see the upward thrust of XRP fee additionally contributed attracting the attention of economic establishments because the monetary establishments were like, howdy, what's this asset? Because, of course, around that point, 2017, 2018, despite the fact that marketplace certainly exploded, it turned into nevertheless inside the hypothesis section. People truly failed to recognize crypto. And people idea this is not going to be here to live, and we're here 8 years later, nearly 8 years later. And crypto is right here and being adopted through pretty a lot the entire globe. Looking at the price proper now, you've seen the dominance index see a piece sharp drop, as you can see. That is honestly first class to look, and that is a catalyst in the back of, you already know, a whole lot of inexperience in the ultimate 24 hours. Bitcoin then again is quite much hovering as to where it became the previous day above $63,000. We did see a little bit of a pullback ultimate night time. However, you understand your marketplace is selecting up traction yet again, going to in which it was, and placing itself for a wonderful week beforehand of itself. And as some distance as the charge of XRP is worried, as soon as we did see this Bitcoin dominance drop, you notice XRP's fee move up to 61.4 cents.